a situation where they would get the Nyx because they thought EG would maybe not ban Viper instead this time. Because else they could have just banned the puck, but
they could also just be concerned. Like Universe has played a lot of Nature's Prophet already in the competition, and just having to deal with Split when all they want to do is 5-man fight.
Yeah, these heroes don't want a 5-man.
Stop that.
These heroes don't want a 5-man. It's like if you're planning to first pick Nyx, it's very strange to ban Furion. It's like one of the good counters. And then you're even getting Bat Rider afterwards. So they could have definitely given away a Nature's Prophet, I think. Both of these heroes are very good against this playstyle. But, you know, whatever the reasons may be, this is what we have. Anti-Mage being banned out by EG. A lot of teams seem to just be banning Anti-Mage second phase against Infamous. I guess they saw Benja's performance against Secret. Oracle now banned by Infamous to try to give their Bat Rider a better game.
Yeah, taking out that quick and simple counter. There's still a couple more inside the pool which can be used. I think Disruptor was the other one which we saw used on day 1 against the Bat Rider. Kunkka's available. Where is Miss Vengeful Spirit? maybe not going to happen.
Not the most popular hero right now.
Yeah.
To say the least. But it has been picked.
Yeah, she got through. But 103 heroes picked so far in 3 days of Dota.
Yep. Very big variety of picks this tournament so far. It's nice to see. I think we're going to get a couple more toward the later stage of the tournament.
It's funny when, like, with the games we're casting, everything is very straightforward, the same kind of stuff all the time. Like, we're seeing the Nyx, the Bat Rider. The Naga we've seen, like, come through EG, but Mirana, Shaker, these are very consistent returners to the draft every time.
Yeah, I felt like, I don't know, across all of the games we have cast, I feel like we've seen 40 heroes picked. Or something like that. There's been a lot of the same in these games. But there's obviously so many games going on at the same time with different teams. And we've cast, I think this is this our second set of both Infamous and EG?
Yes. It may even be our third of one of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It might even be the third for one. It's our third set of Infamous. We had Infamous on day 1, and then we just had the series before this one that we cast today was also Infamous. So
we started with EGTNC. We had Secret Infamous on day 1, and... yeah, I think you may have had an extra one because you cast a game with Shiva.
Yeah, that was
and we had
LFY Cloud9.
We had LGD Infamous.
Yes.
As well. So this is actually our third series of
third Infamous, second EG.
Yep.
That's well, this is refreshing. This is a new pick from EG, at least from games I have watched them in. They're gonna play the Phantom Lancer of Ortiz, it looks like. Targeted pick toward the Bat Rider matchup. He can sustain that lane alone, which allows their supports more freedom to move and get stuff done around the map.
Yeah.
Infamous with the Dazzle. I wonder if they're planning on a Huskar.
You know, Dazzle actually has one of the highest win rates out of all of the heroes at TI.
Doesn't surprise me that much. It's a very solid support, and
it's been up there about 75%. And
Sven. Again.
Sven. Okay, so safety. That's a lot of armor to play with from Infamous between the Dazzle and Sven.
Absolutely. EG do have pretty good hybrid damage, though. Mirana does mixed, Shaker does a lot of magic, PL has a little bit of a magic element to him, not the best, but still. I was wondering if Infamous wanted to go for something like a Dazzle Huskar. We actually haven't seen Huskar picked yet. He's one of the unpicked heroes, which is very surprising to me that nobody has picked that up.
They could still do it if they want to. If they want to run like Dazzle Huskar, mid, bat off, Sven safe.
Technically, yes.
And then Nyx roars. yeah, it'll get messy.
No, it's doable. They could play a Huskar mid, for example. I think it's not too bad, but it's like, it's forcing it at this point, and they don't have the last pick either. If they had the 10th pick of the draft, they might go for it, but it doesn't look to be the case. So, how do we round off this Infamous lineup? They have good catch. They have both Bat Rider and Nyx to set up fights and find them. They need some sort of team fight, I think, on Tomato's hero.
They need someone also maneuverable, someone that can keep up with the Bat Rider and the Nyx Assassin. Either that or they can have nice range damage. The Invoker is still available inside the pool.
Storm, or
at least get synergized with Bat and Nyx.
Queen of Pain got banned. I see a couple of options here. If they go for something like Storm, then they have really good catch, and there's no real Storm counters in EG's lineup at the current point in time. They could go that route, for example. Or they could get an Ember, another very mobile hero that is also good against PL later if he goes for the right skill or item build, sorry. Those are two options I could see that would fit Tomato's playstyle. I think it just might not be enough team fight. It's a bit tricky here. Puck is actually in the pool still.
10 seconds
Yeah?
And that's a hero Tomato played earlier today, and he actually did pretty well against LGD.
That would finally give them their big AoE control that they're lacking.
I think Puck is a pretty good pick here.
Quite possibly. And for EG, Universe is the final one from them to fill in.
Maybe.
Yeah, unless he's playing the Earthshaker.
He could be. At least still an option.
Infamous believe is probably Universe. At least they cover both bases, right? Like you ban out the Enchantress, you're banning out either off lane or crit.
Let's see what it is.
It's the Ember Spirit.
Okay.
So safety in case they have to go against the Earthshaker in mid. At least he got something to absorb. Doesn't really have the greatest rotation, however, from his supports to help him out.
I think Infamous in this game should just try to play... Secure your Sven. Don't get into this position of the last game where Sven has to lane swap and has to... He got sacked way too hard last game. That's not how you... Sven doesn't work like that. The hero can't play from very far behind. He needs to get ahead, and he needs to farm and get big. Play him in the safe lane, give him a good start, and then try to play the Baron, Nyx, and Ember together and look for skirmishes while Dazzle and Sven just stack up and greed like crazy. And then Dazzle can try to help with counter ganks by TPing in with Grave and the heal. And just get off to a better start in the laning stage so they get to actually play the game. Like last game, I felt like Infamous didn't even really get to play.
I'm gonna go for a Disruptor.
Refreshing.
We talked about that as a previous counter to the Batrider.
Yeah.
So Crit will end up playing him, and it will be a Sumail Earthshaker because of this.
Yep. Sumail loves this matchup. He played it against OP, I think, at the Kiev Major. And destroyed that game. He went... I can't remember exactly. It was a pretty close game, and then EG just had 2 good team fights in a row and just won. Pretty close, and then Sumail took a couple of incredible fights on Shaker. I think he really likes this matchup. Generally, Shaker does well against mid-melees. I wonder if Infamous are going to try to spice things up a little bit by either sending a secondary or tertiary hero mid. I don't think they can leave Sven alone top, though. So they're a bit locked in that sense. Mirana offlane, by the way, for Universe this time around.
Okay.
That's what they get for putting the Shaker in mid, then somebody else obviously has to take that.
To mix it up a little bit. Well, if you have stuns on your list for Universe, then you'll probably be happy with a 5-second Mirana arrow potential stuns. Alright, number of Blink Daggers purchased by 25.
Who's going to get Blink at that point? Shaker.
Yeah.
Shaker will have one.
Shaker and Batrider. So you potentially have 2, but the question is, does Batrider get enough? Naga's comes later, though. It will be after 25.
Do you think so? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 0 to 2. 0 to 2 is the safer bet.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Yeah, team who places most obs wards, coin toss. I'll just do whatever you don't.
EG.
Infamous. When will first blood happen?
I'm gonna say 0 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Just because Sumail.
There could definitely be a kill in a lane until minute 3. I could see that. And first barracks, 20 to 30 again. But this time it's actually happening.
Actually, no, the support rotation is going to be too weak. I'm going to say 3 to 6 minutes for first blood.
Okay, I'll keep 0 to 3. Then we have something different.
And 20 to 30 is still, I think, fine.
Yeah, it seems reasonable that could happen.
They don't really have great pushes. That's the problem. EG doesn't have great pushes in this game.
No.
30 to 40. I'm going to go 30 to 40. I think this game may be able to stretch out a little bit longer.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, contest for Rune as, well, Matthew, Zai's got to keep running away from this. Universe also backing up.
Wow, I'm really surprised he didn't try to stun. They could have stunned into Poison Touch into Sven stun. They could have maybe killed this Naga, or at least forced out his flask right there.
Maybe they're worried about also getting like a cell with an aggressive ability to start with, and not that defensive nature that Ben Jazz can play with.
I suppose, but it's still, you know, when it comes to these safe lanes, often offense is the best defense. Like if you can pressure the opponent away, they're not gonna go on you. So then it's a pseudo heal, right? In a way. Oh, Matthew has smoked up for the courier kill. This is big.
Bomb bump, bomb bump.
Yeah, he'll get this one.
Playing Ricky, even though not Ricky. Nice kill, and he applauds himself. Even Tomato globally, everyone gets to go global for a bit. I can piss Sumail off for just a bit because he's trying to get towards his ball, but he already got his salve, and he started with the PMS. Both Sumail as well as Tomato are running PMS in that lane.
Universe taking a bit of a beating here. Tried to go for an arrow, but missed. Big heal bomb could come in here. XL was thinking about it. Here comes Matthew. They have another... No, they don't have a stun on Sven.
Oh, Zai. He needs to regenerate so quickly. Matthew's getting the body blocks off. Zai needs the movement speed. The arrow creates a space with the Riptide. Now it's Matthew who's in trouble. He's sticking around for the fight. And who's going to get it? It's the tower that actually helps Universe get the first blood against Matthew. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
EG going to be very happy with this, getting a kill in a 2-on-3 situation, basically, in their lane. And the reason this happened is that Sven didn't have mana. He went for the poor man's shield. He didn't have Mango or Clarity for safe lane Sven, which is very uncharacteristic. That means he has 1 stun in the tank in the beginning of the game, and you just get to pay for that there. Would have been a nice kill for Infamous to start on, but it's going to go EG's way. They're still ahead, Infamous, because of the courier snipe.
It's that mental effect too, right after game 1. Like, I just have to go defense. I need PMS. I need to have the defense. I need to be able to survive.
Samael is laying into Tomato in mid.
Yeah. He's just toteming and then just walking towards Tomato. That's all it really is. Able to get the last hits, as well as actually burn the salve. And he's doing this all without that bottle. He's got the bottle sitting in his stash, but he can't bring it out for another 10 seconds.
Yep.
And Arteezy's getting free farm up on top. King Tekka is backed off just to farm up the jungle camps. Bottom lane looks like a cell, very low. Zai's going to hold in there, and Universe just sits there watching and waiting. 2 arrow attacks will be enough. Naga Siren, maybe a little bit of trouble, getting double stunned up. Zai rip-tiding up as quickly as he possibly can. Down the hill, Universe keeping the damage onto the Nyx Assassin. The arrow, it connects on Sven. And with the double range creeps attacking Matthew, even as the Nyx Assassin doesn't want to commit too heavily in. Not with his Dazzle lost.
And this is a lot of farm lost for Sven as well.
Oh, King Tekka, he's going for Samael. Sticky Napalm, the Searing Chains will hold in there. Samael gets a little bit of space, but he needs to move faster. Some bottle charges might keep him alive. Fairy Fire as well. Back under the tower, King Tekka coming too close. Samael knows he just needs a fissure mana. Now he's got it, throws the fissure, and the attack from the tower reaches out to King Tekka. They were really, really wanting that kill.
And this is a classic thing that happens in a lot of Batrider situations where the enemy target is really low, but you feel like you can't keep fire flying over them, so you try to finish them off with 1 or 2 attacks. And Samael was just bottling in between the attacks. I think if you're King Tekka there, you have to commit. You just dive all the way in and try to overtake him with the Firefly and then get the kill. And then maybe you die to the tower after, but you know what? That was better than what happened. That was a little bit of a semi-disaster for him. It's not only that he dies, but he spent so much time on this rotation away from his top lane and wasn't even successful. So he's level 2 against the level 4 offlane Mirana as his counterpart on the EG side.
Alright. EG commanding position at the start once more. 4 minutes in, already 1k advantage. Universe is having the time of his life on this offlane, even though his CS isn't that brilliant. Still a 2 for 0. Zai, Riptide's in. They hit the point blank range arrow. Level 1 on Starfall, level 2 on arrow, so Benjaz can just tank through it. Tomato, run away from a hasted Samael.
Yeah, well, Samael seems like he... Whenever Samael gets a haste, it's go time, man. He's always just diving and playing around like that.
What was your phrase yesterday? I'm sending a message. Like, yeah. He's always sending a message in the mid.
He was trying to get toward the courier snipe, perhaps, but didn't find it. Bottom lane, another kill. Wasn't looking at that at all. Underneath the tower. I'm waiting for the mid lane. Exactly. I'm keeping my eyes on that as well. Crit is coming in.
He just put the second point up into Glimpse.
Oh, nice!
So Samael just controlling up the Ember Spirit.
Nice sleight of fist from Tomato. He dodged the fissure. That's not that easy play, but it's a nice dodge. It didn't end up yielding him a kill, but style points at the very least.
Out. Dodges the attack from EG. Like, they really wanted to be able just to force him out of the lane, then glimpse him back into the second totem stun, because that would have been then enough damage for Samael to kill off Tomato.
Yeah. Well, bottom lane, Zai has found a way in behind Excel.
He's looking for Benjaz. I don't think he really wants to have a cell, but okay, Shallow Grave able to get off in time. Universe again just waiting it out. There'll be one quick shadow wave, but Universe and Zai timing their attacks perfectly after the immunity wears off.
I feel like Infamous are suffering a lot from Sven's mana economy in the bottom lane.
They're going to go again on mid. Echo Slam from Samael. Quick slide of fist. Remember, he's still got the glimpse, so even with the jump out, it won't be enough. Pulls back into Samael, and well, Tomato, one more attack, up the hill. Is it going to miss? It does not. Crit will take his life.
Big kill for Disruptor to get. It means a lot for this hero to get mana boots and just have these successful rotations early on to get the levels up. He's level 4.5.
Just want to flag while all this is going on. Arteezy is still farming top uncontested. Like King Tech is now coming in to do something about it, but this is a Soul Ring, 8-stick charge PL with level 3 up in Lance. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, Nyx Assassin, double stun for him, but that's not going to stop Universe from claiming his 5th kill of the game. And they're coming back over for Benjaz too.
Yep, they could go for an ensnare here. They will.
Ensnare into arrow. It's only going to be a 2-second stun. Riptide is going to remove a little bit of the armor, but he's still, like, even after the Riptide, he's still sitting at 9 armor.
It's just the pressure. You just keep pressuring this guy so that he doesn't have mana and doesn't feel safe, you know? Sven needs to farm. Sven needs to farm and be in control of his lane, and all of this disruption that they're doing, it's not only giving them kills, but Sven is also very quickly falling far behind Arteezy's PL. That they, by the way, picked the Sven to counter.
Yeah.
This PL is having such a good game in comparison.
King Tekka wants to keep fighting this. Matthew's on his way in. There's 4 sticky napalm charges, but Doppelganger is available. So he starts Doppelganger. Crit will arrive, puts the wall up. Ember Spirit, Tomato committing into the fight. Looks over towards Crit. A quick glimpse will pull him out, but then Spirit jump back up. Crit to the safety of his tier 1 tower. 5 stick charges available. Can Thunder Strike as well. Doesn't have the time. Gets slided down by Tomato, who is in no man's land. Has a TP scroll, but with Samael arriving, he has to wait it off. There's your first stun. Fissure, they get the vision. No, Samael pulled out of it. Now the Fissure will connect. Ember Spirit trapped in the trees. Arteezy has to doppelganger himself over to cut the trees one and to get in range of the Ember Spirit. Both of which you'll be able to do. So you just traded a support for what? Your off lane? Your safe lane? Yeah. No.
This is starting to look a lot like game number 1. Same game with different heroes. EG are putting the pressure. They're having the successful rotations. They're winning their lanes very hard. Especially once again, this mid matchup is very Samael heavy. It looks right now, but this is also, I think, a more favorable lane overall. Shaker versus Ember, I think, favors the Shaker a lot more than the Mirana versus Weaver we had in the last game. At the same time, there's just this. It's interesting to see the way EG are playing Universe in their games. It's like they've transitioned a little bit away from this. They used to have this style where Universe was more on his own and playing more of these like team fight offlaners such as Void or Enigma, and then with Jungle, or just they're playing a lot around him with Zai, and then Universe is playing these ranged heroes that can actually punish, like Enchantress and Mirana.
Samael, Fissure. He's on the wrong side of the Fissure for this one, but Ensnare from Zai will create the space for Samael just to beat the crap out of Tomato. He has the Echo Slam also available to pull him back in. Glimpse into the Totem Stun. Nyx Assassin. He has no level in Spike Carapace because he's level 3. Lasso from Batrider, just 1 by 1. Infamous go to their own slaughter. Acel will survive a little bit longer if they got another stun available. Echo Slam will cancel the TP out for a level 4 Dazzle. Samael doesn't care. He commits in. And this game, it really is one-sided. I don't want to say we're going to get that 10 to 15 minute GG call out, but right now, unless Infamous gets something going their way, they know it's going to be hard. Samael gets the double Fissure. Glimpse will pull Tomato away. Another quick Spirit up. 1 charge is expended by Samael. Has a couple of bottle charges up his sleeve too, and Ember Spirit cannot keep the chase going.
And Samael is going to immediately be rewarded here with 2 runes. He's going to get the Illusion Rune, use that right away, and he could go for his bounty. He's actually heading back toward mid though, so thought he was just going to refill his bottle entirely by getting both runes, but
maybe doesn't want to go too far down to the
bottom. A lot of experience mid. Oh, Tomato could look for this play.
Has supports nearby, Crit as well as Zai. They can just hold him in position. There's your Ensnare. More controlled damage. They've got Glimpse available, so Tomato, he's going to come straight on back, and Samael into the waiting arms. Nice jump out. Fissure. Oh, blind.
Tried for it. I was also Flame Guard on, so he was going to be fine.
Universe is trying to contest the stack that Benjaz is farming. He's just going to throw the arrow out. Don't walk into it. In fact, it just connects on one of the creeps. And Universe, 4 heroes protecting Benjaz on this farm. The only upside for Infamous at the moment is the fact that he has very close to it, now after that farming of the stack, a close to same net worth as Samael.
Mask of Madness will be coming out soon. It's, yeah, like you said, a decent upside here, but...
They're wrapping for the fight.
Yeah. Oh, he got rooted just at the worst possible time. They're just going to glimpse him back here.
Yeah, pull him back in again.
Oh,
The arrow's way off target.
That was a... what a blunder.
Wide ball, or foul ball. We're in America, right?
So
I gotta say foul ball.
They glimpsed him back into no kinetic field, a missed fissure, and a missed
but
arrow.
Tomato's still dead. Now, okay.
I don't think so.
No,
It's
it's
okay.
because he's gonna get instead, and Crit has the fish. There's no glimpse. It's still on cooldown for the moment. But there's more and more Arteezy on bottom lane. After this tower goes down, he'll have a 12-minute Diffusal Blade on this Phantom Lancer.
And they're just keeping the pressure on the farm up. There we go. EG connects their heroes into a tier 2 tower. Affirmative.
King Tech is able to pick up the Blink Dagger.
Meanwhile, the Infamous side is trying to get whatever pressure out they can. So Matthew finally finds his level 6 in the top area. He has pulled the Dire Creep Wave down to the neutrals. Very nice play here to keep damage onto the tower while still getting good farm himself. And that will result in the top tower falling here. So at least they get that trade-off. EG have no interest in defending this.
This is still so much money in the bank of EG. And they're coming to the mid-tier 1. Universe and Samael. Universe almost feeling like he ran as a mid. At this double Diffusal Blade from EG, it seems to be so punishing. They did the same in game 1 against Infamous. Like, how do you run from this? You continuously are being purged.
It's a very powerful item in this game because it can remove Flame Guard from Ember, and it can prevent the Bat Rider from running over your lineup. It can purge off the, what's it called, the Warcry of Sven as well. So it's an unusually high value item in this game. Generally, I wouldn't recommend going for 2 diffusals this early on 2 heroes, but in this game, it's really that good.
What made it so good in game 1? They went for it as well.
Arteezy went for it on the Lycan.
Yep. And they had another one on I don't know.
I don't think they had another one, did they? Oh, Arteezy!
Oh, nice pick. They waited for that one, the Storm from Crit, just a little bit too late. But with the Starfall, the arrow's able to connect. Still only a short stun timing, so Tomato. Fantastic kill for them. And then the Lasso, Glimpse, and Song of the Siren. Zine trapping in
this
3,
is a big
but
setup.
Crit, he at least can wall them. He can wall them and hold them. Echo Slam, Samael, Sun's up on 3. Benjaz is still there, but they've got the damage. They've got the survivability. Samael will fall to Benjaz. And EG getting a little too loose with their plays.
They got tempted there. I understand why. That looked like such a good setup for the Echo Slam combo, but Nyx was in a good position to combo break. Samael only got 2 spells off, not the 3rd. That meant that those 2 heroes he got their initial combo on both stayed alive. They turn it around very nicely.
This is pretty big stuff from Infamous. They're kind of pulling this game back. They're starting to lose by 7,000 gold minute 11, and now all of a sudden
It's the experience as well.
we're down to 3, and the XP is back up to 0.
It's almost even.
And Sven is getting farmed. Sven will be getting his Blink in a moment. Together with this Mask. We might be wrong on the Blink prediction then. I was thinking Sven could get one, but I didn't think he would have a good enough game for it.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. I thought he'd go into Echo Saber, so there's our second. It does delay up some males, but we had till 25, right? So I think we're a little screwed on that one. Sorry, everyone, we'll let you up the garden path.
The Diffusal for Mirana.
Crit's able to find King Tekka. Quick glimpse back. We'll pull him back in range of the Phantom Lancer. Charging forward. Have they got the damage output? The answer is yes. I love how Matthew gives them both the get back and the applause at the same time he's dying. Hey, that's my line.
Wow, that's my line.
We need to get you to do some play-by-play at this TI. So
Yeah.
next TI, we're gonna send line.
Of course.
Oh, actually, your line is good. You've got the unbelievable.
I guess so.
Yeah, they should have used that.
The audio quality of that is not that good, though, I think. Oh, that's because it's a Dota TV clip. Never mind. I guess the original is fine.
Yeah, unbelievable was the Mushi play, right?
Yeah,
when he hid in the tree line.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. You're right.
That was yeah. Petition to bring in Sins. Unbelievable!
Oh no, not another petition. Oh, Nyx is in a world of heart.
a sentry was down, so even though Vendetta comes off cooldown in 2 seconds time, it's not going to help him. So yeah, he'll commit his Vendetta and realize he's still being attacked. Glimpse gets it off in time, back in range of the sentry ward. The fissure holding him there. You can watch the circle. However, Lasso, her friends have arrived for Infamous. You might be able to keep the Nyx Assassin alive, but more than that, you kill off Sumail. Looking for more. Universe, Moonlight Shadows making it easier for EG to fight this one. Storm down as well. Sven trapped inside them. The Song of the Siren. 4 heroes waiting for EG. The arrow connects on the Dazzle. No Shallow Grave, no mana. Naga barely surviving the Nyx Impale.
Oh, what a glimpse of
everyone
Tomato.
else is able to TP out apart from Tomato. So Ember Spirit will drop. 3 heroes lost for Infamous. And every time Sumail dies, we already lost. He already bought his Blink Dagger. 3. I'm like, every time he dies, we get closer to surviving.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Big fight for EG there. RTZ getting, I believe, a key kill out of that. He got the kill on the Ember. So is starting to pull a lot ahead of the Sven again once more. But that fight could have, again, shows what Infamous can do if they just combine a little bit better. Like, if Nyx isn't that pressured when the fight begins, it is definitely still within reach for them. And we've got ourselves more of a game than we did in the last game. It's still, like, the scoreboard looks pretty bad for them with 416, but they're not that far behind relative to the score. Sumail is going to kill here. He's kind of just waiting.
He's scanned just to the south to ensure that no one else was around here. Matthew.
Oh, no. He waited too long.
He body blocked him. Yeah, so that's... I think he knew he didn't have the damage to kill the Nyx. Like, that was his biggest problem. He would have had to start with the Echo Slam on the creep wave, but just didn't feel the opportunity was right.
He definitely could have killed him without even using Echo if he used all his spells.
Oh, okay, this will work. Sentry ward down. Matthew was watching. Spy Carapace will at least reflect the damage, but Universe holds the stun on Matthew. Trying to be that vision for the Bat Rider gank, which was on its way. Meanwhile, Sven gets bigger and bigger. Approaching his BKB. Still going to take a little bit of time.
That is such a big item this game. He still has to play around the Naga threat, though, that if he BKBs, he can Song into Ensnare, and they can kill off the Sven. They don't have the best heroes to kill the Sven right now. The PL doesn't really want to run into him when he's BKB'd. He's just going to turn around and start cleaving.
Yeah.
So that's a big item for Infamous. If they can get Benjas to that BKB, there's the possibility for a big fight. And of course, the threat of him just jumping in and killing the backline. Killing a hero like Disruptor or Naga would be really big to begin the fight for them.
Sumail's coming down once more, but also, once more, Matthew on the hunt. This Observer Ward's lasted a long time. Seen a hell of a lot of EG's movements. Crit will finally remove it from the hillside. And Asel's already moving back over. Okay, he's gonna sentry ward himself, looking closer towards the shrine area, but the obs just planted down by EG's further to the right. You can at least get rid of the sentry that's there. Universe is going for a BKB of his own. I thought he might have looked for like Blink Dagger or Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, this is a bit unusual, but I think they're identifying that Infamous can't really do much when they're BKB'd except Sven. Sven can do a damage. I guess they can get lassoed into Sven, and that's the only real threat.
Oh, Asel. He broke the smoke.
Oh!
The ulti from Crit is just a fraction of a second too late.
I thought Sumail was going to Blink Echo that.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to, but then his smoke broke and he started to worry about the Dazzle, or whoever else was looking at them.
Yeah. Ember was still sticking around for like a full second or two afterwards, so I think Sumail had the chance. You can't react to an instant Blink Echo like that. It's kind of about luck when you use your Sleight of Fist on the wave and then jump out. And Sumail might have thought that if he jumps then, that is the exact moment when Tomato would use the Sleight of Fist. So he held it. Oh, we got trouble for a certain someone, maybe.
Tomato, it would have been real trouble for him if he walked just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Now doing a 5-second arrow stun from Universe. Where really he was just having a look up the hill. And Jazz quickly out. TP's down towards his Southern Ancients. And more farm to be had down there. This really has slowed up this game now. And
but
everything's leveled up, like experience as well as gold. Everything's starting to flatline in slight
exactly.
fade.
In contrast to the last game, this is not a constant gain for EG. It's just a status quo which is being maintained, and that is already a big upgrade for Infamous compared to the previous game. That it's gonna feel like they will have a fighting chance for a long time if EG don't start gaining more than this. The Sven is a good pick and a threat in this game, but they can't just ignore. Ember is also starting to gain more and more. Travels and the Veil complete. Oh, this is a big rotation from EG if this finds Benjas. This is a big kill. He does not have his TP ready. He blinked away though.
Wait, hello. Tomato just BT'd onto the catapult. They saw him put the Spirit behind, so Sumail Echo Slam. The wall is up. The Storm is there, and Tomato this time around will die to the gank of EG on bot lane. And he did not hesitate with Echo Slam this time.
No. Got the job done.
Yeah. Nix Assassin was lucky before that, though. He was able to snipe out the Dark Courier between the tier 2, tier 3, so
and Matthew,
extra money.
Matthew was queuing up the Yules, but it looks like he changed his mind and wants to go for a Blink Dagger, since he's that close to it. Hopefully for, or rather what I'm guessing he's hoping for is being able to blink the backline. I think if he can stun out either the Shaker or the Disruptor, that could set them up a very nice fight where Infamous has like this small moment of opportunity to use to find a key pick. See if he can pull that off when he gets that blink soon enough.
Well, EG will give him an opportunity to fight now if Infamous want it. Tier 2 tower is being attacked. And Tomato
they know
hanging in the trees
cooldown.
Nearby. They got a BKB on Benjaz. It just got completed.
Oh, that's a really good timing with no Echo ready. I think Infamous should try to fight this.
Right now, they're letting the Tier 2 tower go down. Fortification is available. Benjaz moves forward. Should reveal the BKB if they're looking for it. A quick smoke on the back line. His tower is very low. Fortification's there as still EG.
Matthew got spotted by a sentry.
They saw him behind. The wall is up. The Dire Sentry ward is there. And Matthew hit by a short-range arrow. Crit's still going to have enough damage before he gets out of range of the detection. And you've lost the Tier 2 tower. Yay! UFO to Ember Spirit.
We need wards. Oh, Matthew. That's like the reason that's funny. It's like the classic pub game, you know? It's like somebody runs in a bad position, gets killed off. We don't have enough wards, guys.
I don't have any vision.
I can't farm.
Why have you got aggressive vision? Why do we have these hills?
He placed them himself, even. He actually placed both of them himself. Like, what the hell?
Oh, boy.
Oh, well. Oh, not the biggest of deals here for Infamous losing their Nyx, but they did lose the tower and didn't really get much of a trade-off, so...
King Tiger's got a little bit of space up on top to farm. He's got his Blink Force as well as Ogre Club, looking towards full BKB.
Yep.
So, they're getting something out of that. Maybe this is also where EG look at it and go, we don't really have a great high ground unless we kill a lot of people. Like, that's the only way they really get high ground.
Yeah.
So, in order to get to that position, it's going to take a while. This is giving time for Ember to farm up. Going to have Veil plus Maelstrom probably by the next time the fight begins. Sven, Assault Cuirass is next on his to-do list. So his armor is going to go through the roof to a team that, once their magical damage is gone,
Matthew
physical won't be so great.
Just barely walked into the range of the tower here.
He's hoping for a courier.
I think he's hoping to maybe go and sneak in a ward, but that is not going to happen.
Would have been a great time to snipe the courier as well.
Oh,
wait, no, it's got the Gem of True Sight. It's got the Gem of...
Oh, that would be so big. Oh, his Vendetta expired.
Okay. The Radiant Observer can see it. Yeah, he's pinging. He's like, I see the Gem of True Sight coming out in the courier. He can Vendetta again in 18 seconds, or he can just try and walk over, but it's daytime. The dire side have vision. Oh, wait, they're sending it back closer. Oh, he's got to go for it. It's
no way. He can't do this.
It's so close.
He can't kill it. Now he's... Oh, my God.
Oh, and Sumail just found him. Found him in the trees. He managed to hit him first. That's a double damage Earthshaker. I think he still knows where he is. And yep, it's the Gem of True Sight doing the work. The thing he wants to kill and get out.
I like this guy.
I applaud. I need wars I just fed. Yay!
Screwed up completely. Applause. Oh, it's space created at the very least, you know. It's time for his team to get the farm on the side lanes. But now EG will be looking for an aggressive movement here with their Smoke of Deceit, trying to wrap around fully onto the Sven.
Oh, Ember just went down to the
no.
Spirit, which is right in the middle of the EG lineup. Oh, mercy. Oh. They scouted it as they were walking past, and they started the TP. Like, they were happy to leave. They didn't want to fight that.
Batrider, wait, what?
There on Batrider as he four-staffed himself in to get the lasso, but had no mana left. It all got burnt off before he could get back out.
I think he just misplayed. I think he didn't want to force in. I think he misclicked or wasn't turned the way he wanted to be. I think he just wanted to get the Firefly on the ground and then get backwards and force step in and just misclicked. Unfortunate. That's a pretty big kill. He's down for 30. This could be a tower.
And they needed his... okay, yeah, he's wrecked himself. But EG... Well, I thought it was going to be 30 minutes. Unless they can delay it. Here comes Sven, Stormbolt. Oh, that's easy. Quick on the doppelganger. Samael throws down the Echo Slam. Sven out of mana, but now with the BKB can get isolated. Samael was quickly dying. He's locked inside the ensnare. At least he can push it back out. The weave connects on the EG players. So they want to bail Tomato. Spirit forward. Doesn't see anything at the moment. In fact, now they can turn the arrow from Universe. It hits onto Tomato. Earthshaker is low, but Samael still survives.
Quick reaction from Arteezy was very important there. Getting the doppelganger off before he got Sven stunned. Else, I think Sven could have actually killed him before he got out of the stun almost. This Benja Sven is hitting really hard, but they're playing around it nicely there with the Song of the Siren, the Ensnare, and they're just like, okay, we actually can't kill this guy 5-on-1, so we're just gonna back off. And yeah, reset, get the kill on Ember. Fortunately for them, he overextended a little bit. Go back to chilling and farming again.
Damage output's going to come a little bit quicker from this Sven. He bought up his Hyperstone and is still trying to finish up the AC, but you're right, he does hit like a truck.
He has really good attack speed.
Yeah.
The Hyperstone and Mask of Madness. That's the thing you're just waiting for Infamous, is any good connection. Just any good connection where Sven can hit for 2 seconds, blood will be spilled, but they're just not finding it.
King Tech had just tried to find it on top lane. Four-starred himself in, was looking for the blink onto crit. Couldn't get close enough.
Excel snatched the rune.
Be a matter of time before EG think about going in for Roshan. Song of the Siren comes back up again. They've got a lot of stuns and a lot of damage to pump out. Even just Samael. Samael alone controls up Roshan. Crit and Samael going to work together. They're looking for Matthew in the trees.
Being pinged out. Samael will run up. Oh, there's the scan.
They don't have that. Samael's on the wrong side. They knew they thought he was in the trees, and the scan was looking for it.
The scan was also red, so they knew that somebody was there, but he ran the opposite way of what they thought he did. So Matthew wasting their time a little bit there. Might actually get some valuable information now if he runs downward to find the Naga. But he's running upward, hoping for a little bit of a courier snipe here. There's nothing else to do. He has no ward.
Benjaz is going to have the AC and 100 gold. Make that 50 gold.
He's going to sell a Scoring Blade.
Maybe.
As you could. Oh, he's going to kill a Nagaelu.
And then the mid-wave. That'll work. They don't want to fight the tier 2 tower anyway. Infamous have no idea what the vision game is right now of Evil Geniuses. So the easiest thing to do is just fight in the safest place on the map. And that's inside their base. And EG aren't going to oblige. TC just TP to the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. He's going to push that back out again. And EG continue their farm game. Extend their already large lead of 11,000. And push it further.
Do Infamous have a smoke on them? There's a gem on Nyx. They don't seem to have a smoke, so I don't know how many they have left, but now I think would be a pretty good time to try to look for a fight. They have to feel like EG are controlling the map better than they are. Like, they're definitely getting out-farmed, it's very clear. And they're not going to hit a sweeter timing than... Oh, they're getting the Bat BKB. Okay, he's 3 gold away.
Yep.
Bat BKB, Sven AC, it's go time. Like, this is the biggest spike they're going to have for the rest of the game, unless they find a good fight now. So, gotta get something done here. Benjas is very strong still.
It wouldn't take that much just to beat the tier 1 tower down. And it's not something which EG will probably want to defend. They're hunting for more. So the catapult's beating the tower in. Okay, Benjaz will commit in. May as well fortify. It's gonna come back off cooldown anyway, so
He currently has 60 armor.
yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
On such a low cooldown for Warcry.
Yeah. Now Weave expires. Now there's a bit more of a moment of opportunity, but EG are just not willing to try and defend this tower. I think it's a fine decision here. It's could have been tricky for them. Take it easy.
It's like Crit's also waiting for that. He's trying to get as much space as possible to build up the Aghanim Scepter, so then these BKBs are not going to help him. They'll always have to be used defensively.
Another big item on the way here for Naga. Very close to the Solar Crest. Has the mech completed as well. Oh, Crit's gonna...
Yeah, they're looking for King Tekka. BKB. Oh, that's a 10-second escaping BKB for the Batrider. Exactly the way he first wanted to use that, but now the BKB is down. The ping comes from EG. They want to go for Roshan.
Yeah, they should be able to get this if Infamous don't connect together fast enough. That's the benefit EG have with their aggressive warding on the left-hand side and with their wave clear that they are constantly taking care of, is that Infamous are splitting up just a little bit, and that gives EG the jump that allows them to enforce the play that they want on the map. So here goes Roche.
Arteezy's going to be the man to grab the Aegis the Immortal. Evil Geniuses. Time to go for mid. Tier 3 towers down to 263. Wouldn't be that difficult to bring it down the rest of the way. Matthew's still looking for a nice snipe. At least Infamous is having fun with him. I swear Matthew's just sitting here looking to pick off like some wonderful item that someone's bought with the money they killed Roshan off with. But the only person who could be doing that soon is Crit. He's now 1,000 gold away from having his Aghanim Scepter. This actually is what Matthew's doing. Like he can't do anything else. He's on courier duty.
Yeah.
Intercept the Raven.
If nothing is happening and they're not looking to fight, this is the best thing he can do on the map, probably. It's just... I don't really like this choice from Infamous of just accepting this control from EG and not trying to make their own moves. Like if this is where Nyx is scouting, the opportunities aren't going to arise if you have him scouting that far back, because EG's heroes are not going to be here. And you're not smoking over either. Maybe they're out of smokes, I'm not sure.
Maybe they're also just happy to continue their farm. Like Benjaz is getting closer towards his MKB, so he can finally deal with the butterfly that's on Arteezy. And it should only take one really good fight for Infamous to just destroy EG.
Exactly, but that's what you feel like, right? But if they're not looking for it, I think that fight is getting harder and harder to find. EG are getting more and more farms, so the conditions to get a good fight are more and more difficult to meet. When it goes like this, oh, the courier's flying out. I don't think Matthew can see this one though.
It's hard for me to disagree with you, man. And I'm looking at like Tomato's build as well.
Tomato has nothing.
He's got Radiance in quick buy.
Yeah, well, he can't really go farm. It's really difficult. A couple of times he's trying to go and find farm, he's getting killed off by these.
I'm just surprised he doesn't do something like a Maelstrom instead. Like
I could see that being a better
seems a lot more affordable, and it's what he was looking at to start with. Now he's just trying to like Radiance maybe is the miss chance.
Echo bottom.
Oh, they found their target. It's going to be King Tekka. BKB wants to survive, and now Blink in with a stun, looking for that cleave damage, but Benjaz rooted up and trying to fight, but he only has the creep wave. He cannot see EG. SL will give him a little of extra weave damage, weave life, and then walks into the middle of Evil Geniuses. The Glimpse is still dragging back the Sven, unprotected by his BKB. Arteezy will get a mega kill streak, and Benjaz will die. Nothing will stop this. He has buyback available, and he will use it. EG have the choice now. Do they go in further? The DD of Universe is going to start wearing off. And it's a double stun, but Benjaz is locked out by Fisher. He can't get... Oh no! He spirited out into the middle of the Song of the Siren! The wall was perfect! Sven's now looking for his own cleave, but instead, Arrow controlled. No one from Infamous can come and help him apart from from King Tekka. But that doesn't really help out either. There was too much damage from the PL on the backlines. Finally, the cleave brings down Universe, brings down Samael, but Arteezy is a beast, looking to murder everybody and have that Aegis Immortal trigger on him. Have they got someone else? Yeah, there's your glimpse. Tomato tries to slide a fist off instead, and EG, they're backing up slightly, and then Arteezy back into the mix, still with Aegis the Immortal available.
I don't know what to say. This is almost surreal to watch what is happening here. Like the first move bottom where the Batrider gets caught out, uses BKB and tries to force staff away and just barely dies. They're running in the Sven alone. He blinks in, tries to fight 1-on-4. In the meantime, there's an Ember top lane with Boots of Travel ready, not joining, and there's a Nyx with a TP in the top area waiting for the courier, also not joining. It's like they're not at all working toward the same goal here. It's just individualistic plays instead of teamwork. It's a bit sad to see, because I honestly think their lineup, like when they put these little scraps together and they almost got a decent fight there, this game is definitely not unwinnable for them, but they're playing like a team that feels completely lost. Like they're playing like they've lost.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me, but they actually do have the tools if they do a really good job, and it's a bit of a shame. I would just like to see this fight where Infamous come together, land their spells, and do their best, and maybe they lose that fight, but you gotta try. And this was so scrappy and so all over the place without any coordination that it's just not. Yeah, they're definitely not going to win like this. That's for sure. They have to play as a unit.
At the same time, though, it seems like I don't think EG would have ever gone for that high ground push after the buybacks came out from Infamous if it was any other team than Infamous. Like, I think possibly, they also had that confidence in themselves they could just win this.
But that whole situation shouldn't even have arisen in the first place. I mean, it's one thing Batrider gets caught out. Your Bat gets caught out, okay, you know? Like, Bat is out of position, gets caught, that's it. He's dead, that's it. But then Sven just jumps in with no team behind him. You know, they're making the fight exceptionally hard for themselves, and then getting punished like 3 times as hard as they needed to.
And Disruptor is, like, Chris just spent all of his money. He bought a fresh gem for Sumail that was lost in the last fight by EG, so it's in the hands of the Batrider at the moment. And he's just got his Aghanim Scepter onto Disruptor. That's
a big item. Now they can Song and kill Sven.
Yep.
That is really big. That's the tool they were lacking to make these fights easy.
Oh, Arteezy just charging forward. Doppelgangers to break the trees. All he's got to do is follow the fire. The BKB is up, but King Tekka, does he have enough life to survive?
Wow. Yeah. This PL is really big.
Yeah. They almost got the gem again. In fact, I just realized they've got 2 gems of True Sight. King Tech is holding onto Sumail's, and they got another one sitting at base. So there's 3 gems on the field at the moment. The other one's in the hands, or was in the hands of Disruptor. It's now in Sumail's hands again. Alright, here comes EG. They want bottom lane.
Yep, Infamous have to get back here. This is the kind of fight where Infamous get the chance of setting up their fighting condition, you know? If EG are pushing high ground, it's a lot easier to combine. The problem is, there's the Axe on Disruptor. That's the one thing they're going to really struggle to play around.
Well, Arteezy, even without the Aegis the Immortal, is happy to beat into the tier 3 tower and be the front liner. No one from Infamous is coming forward yet. It's just the illusions of Arteezy being sent into the back lines, making it difficult to blink further forward. Now the weave. Well, it really hits on Mirana. I suppose Arteezy did get clip fired as well.
And the Naga. That's 3 heroes, not too bad.
Well, there goes tier 3 tower. EG. Still waiting for the right opportunity, letting illusions do the work. Not any of the core heroes. Benjaz. They're spending so much time running away from Arteezy. And not the real one. Now, Blink Lasso, nice target. Catching out Universe. He'll bring him down. Benjaz under the cover of his BKB. And with the power of God Strength, mops up the wave, and now Song of the Siren! 3 trapped up, 5 affected by the Song of the Siren, but the Wall and Storm, actually, Estelle gets out until he gets glimpsed back in, and the Echo Slam! It's layer on layer on layer of pure beautifulness from EG that will allow them to take the game, and the series 2-0. Much needed points to secure that upper bracket position.
I beat you by 1 prediction. Ha!
Well done, Cinderin.
You got the barracks right though.
Yeah,
we almost missed it, both of us. That was a really late barracks for based on how game 1 went and also how the flow of this game was. But EG played it nice and safe and eventually got it out. EG are looking very good, for sure. 2 very convincing wins here. There was a little bit of a hiccup here or there for them, but overall just dominant and clearly a tier above the Infamous team today, at least.
Yeah. It definitely shows the experience that Infamous is still lacking and needs to find. But they have a little bit of time to find it and try and hold on to their position in the groups. They are now being pushed down to the bottom run and potentially elimination game in their group.
3 and 9, and Fnatic is 1 and 9. I believe they're in the same group.
Yes.
And then are now up in a very good position to get that top 4 spot, which is the most important thing for them. They just want to start in the winner's bracket if possible. Secondary, obviously, to them is what placement they get, so they can maybe get a slightly easier or better opponent for themselves. But for now, on the right track. Maybe a bit unusual for EG. They're doing a good job in groups.
Holy
Refreshing.
Hannah! That means they're out in the first round.
Who knows, it might be
coming into the playoffs.
the reverse of what we usually see.
Yeah, good luck, all EG fans.
They're looking good, that's for sure.
Now they are. We'll be back to see another team that's looking good. Newbie will be next on the list, as they will be playing up against a team who has been having a horrendous time. Hellraisers is up against Newbie.